It was New Year's Eve, and everyone was sitting down eating in the feast at King Arthur's court.
King Arthur stands up with a piece of bread in one hand and a glass of wine in the other as he begins to make a toast to his men. Speaks with excitement.
Men, it brings me great pleasure to have each and every one of you to be sitting with me and enjoying this fine grub. Every single one of you.
Before the king could finish his sentence, a loud shouting noise from outside was approaching. All of a sudden, a green knight had approached the men at the table. They all stayed quiet, sitting in confusion and a little bit alert to what the knight had wanted. Greetings. I am the Green Knight. I'm here to challenge King Arthur or any of his noblemen to a game.
My lord, allow me. I will take on your challenge, Green Knight.
What are you? You look like you could live on the streets dressed.
I am Sir Gawain, one of King Arthur's highest-ranking men. Now what is your challenge?
Game is, I'll let you take my head off, and 1 year from now I will return the favor. Do we have a deal?
Sir Gawain nods his head in acceptance. He grabs the sharp sword from the knight, and with one swift movement he decapitated the Green Knight.
All the men were quiet with shock. A few seconds go by as the Green Knight gets up, picks up his horse, and rides off on his noble steed. Now Sir Gawain understands his fate.
It's now been a year and 1 day later, and now Sir Gawain has been traveling far to go and find the Green Knight that had visited him once before. He came upon a castle with the lord and the lord's wife.
Sir Gawain entered into an agreement with the lord of the castle wherein he will exchange whatever it is that he has acquired in the castle for the winnings that the lord has acquired in his hunt. During this time, Gawain must agree to exchange everything that he receives with the lord, a promise that Gawain broke on the third day. The lord's wife gave Gawain the magic green griddle that will protect him from harm. She was the reason why he broke his promise to the lord of the castle.
Sir Gawain returns to King Arthur's court, all ashamed and sad that he's failed the test of honor by withholding the green girdle from Sir Bertilac. Out of desire to preserve his own life, he feels like he's failed in his duty as a knight and let everyone down. Perhaps more importantly, he's learned that he's not perfect and will never be. He explains to the whole court that he plans to wear the girdle forever as a reminder of his failing, because a man may hide his misdeed but never erase it. For where once it takes root, the stain can never be lifted.
Moral of the story is that the ideals of mortality and knightly chivalry are brought together in Gawain's symbolic shield. The pentacle represents the 5 virtues of knights: friendship, generosity, chastity, courtesy, and pity.